Hi there, this is Alison from Freddie Loves Crochet, and I'm going to show you today how to make the basket weave stitch. I have used Aran worsted weight number 4 yarn and a 6mm hook, but you can use any yarn and hook that you like. It's a really lovely textured stitch, quite a dense stitch as well. It's really good for blankets if you want something a bit thicker and heavier. And it's really good for to practice and just learning about stitch anatomy, where you put your hook for to create different textures. So grab your hook and your yarn and watch along as we make the basket weave stitch today. We're going to start the basket weave stitch with a multiple of 8 chains and then add an extra 4 on. So I'm going to start with just a small swatch of 20 because 2 8s are 16, so that's a multiple, and then we're going to add 4, which is 20. So I've done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So we're going to start with, this is all done in double crochet stitches, which is the US term. It's a treble crochet in the UK. We're going to start with from the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We don't count the loop that is on the hook. We're going to do double crochets, which means we yarn over first and we put our hook into that 4th chain from the hook and create our first double crochet. And for the first row, we've got like a setup row here. We're just going to do a double crochet in each chain along. Here, the 3 chains that we skipped, actually they do count as a double crochet as well. So where we skip the 3 beginning chains, we're going to count those as a stitch. And we're going to place a double crochet in each stitch along. If you have done more chains than me, or you have needed you are slower than I am, you can either slow the video down at this point or pause it and skip to the next part in the chapter section underneath. I'm just going to do my double crochets in each chain all the way along. Almost there. And I'm at the end. So that's our sort of setup row to start. At the end, I'm going to chain 3, which counts as a stitch. I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to go for this second stitch along. That one counts as a stitch, so that one has been worked there. And we're going to do some front post double crochets. Now, if you haven't done post stitches before, I'm going to show you how to do that really in detail now. So a post of a stitch is the vertical part underneath the top where you would normally put your hook. So we're aiming for these vertical posts. Hopefully you can see that okay. In fact, I will zoom in for you there. So for a front post, because we're going to alternate in a moment with back posts to create that basket weave texture, for a front post we yarn over first for our double and we go in from the front around the back of the post, and then we make sure our hook is back at the front of our work again, and we've worked around that post as opposed to putting our hook where we'd normally do it for a regular stitch at the top. We're going to yarn over and pull it out of that post. We've got our 3 loops and we finish the double crochet as normal. So you'll see that that sticks out, it sits at the front of your work, and that's because it's sitting as a front post double crochet. We're going to do 4 of those in total. So there's 1. So now we're going to find our next post, which is here. we're going approaching it from the front around the back of the post, and we're out at the front again. We're going to yarn over and pull that through till we've got our 3 loops, and we finish the double crochet as normal. So that's 2, 3 and 4. And now we've done our 4 front posts, we're going to switch to do back posts, and that's going to sit at the back of the work, which starts to give us that texture looking like a basket weave there. So this time we're going to yarn over and we're going to take our hook around the back of our work, then we're going to go around that post, and then we're going to make sure the hook is at the back of our work again. Yarn over and we're going to pull it all the way through to here. Just a little word of warning, I've taught this stitch many times on courses, and often what happens when we get to this point, yarn over, and people sometimes get stuck and leave the loop there. It needs to come all the way through like that. It's a common mistake that happens quite a lot, I've seen. So just be aware of that. And then we finish the stitch as normal. Hopefully you can see how that one is now sitting behind the stitch, whereas these are sitting in front. So we'll do another one. Yarn over, around the back, around that post, and then make sure our hook is at the back of our work again. Yarn over, and we make sure we pull all the way through to here. Lost that one, I'll do it again. Can be, the back ones are hard as well to keep the yarn over on sometimes, so you will need to play about with it a little bit if you've not done it before. And then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I've done 2 and I want another 4. So everything is with 4s with this to create the nice squared textured effect. The back post, and again around the back, around that post there, yarn over, pull it through. So we've just got the 3 loops, yarn over 2, yarn over 2, and I've got now 4 back posts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to the front again now. I'm going to do from the front for another 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we've got 4 left plus our turning chain, so we're going to finish with 4 back posts. So that's 1 and 2, and again at the back, 3 and 4. So we've got 1 stitch left, which is the chain that we started with, but we're counting it as a stitch. And in that chain, instead of working around the post now, for the very last stitch, you're actually going to do a double crochet in the top of the chain there, as if it were a normal stitch. So we're just going to, and that'll give us a nice straight edge. So let's have a little look. So you can see that there's some sort of texture starting to come here. So that's row 2 of our pattern. We're going to chain 3, counts as a stitch, and we're going to turn. Now these were the back ones, but because we've turned, they're now at the front, and we want to follow, for the second row of our pattern, we want to follow the order that they are in. So because these are now at the front, we're going to do front, and back again to make our texture, so our pattern in there, a little bit more squared off. So it doesn't work so well if you start doing back loops here. Now we're going to carry on and make a nice long basket weave texture here. So we're going to go again, yarning over, and we're going to do front loops again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 front loops to do. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that's looking much better. So now we're going to go to the back loops, because these are sitting at the back. You can tell they're at the back because you've got this ridge of what was the front of the stitch there, so it's sitting behind the front of those. So we're going to do 4 back, 4 front and 4 back. I will meet you once you've got to the end of your row, and we will finish that row off, and then I'll show you how to continue the pattern. So when you have got to the end, you've just got your one last stitch to do, which is in that turning chain. So we're actually going to work in the chain as a stitch, as opposed to around the post. So we're going to do our last double crochet in there, remembering double crochets are treble crochets in UK terms. And now we're going to do something slightly different this time. We're going to chain 3 again and turn. And so we've now kind of got our repeat. We've got our little squares of basket there. So if at this point yours are still a bit more rectangular than squared shape, if you can see that sort of square there, you can carry on doing what we've just done for row 3 to make it more square. But with the yarn and the hook that I've got, which is a 6mm hook and Aran number 4 weight yarn, it's 2 rows of pattern repeat has been absolutely perfect. So these are front ones, and we now want to create this alternate shape here above to get the texture. So because we're starting off with front loops, well, this time for this the next 2 rows we're going to start off with back loops. So we're going to approach it from the back this time. Going again around the back, and hopefully you'll soon start to see. So hopefully you can see there that we've worked at the back of the stitches, and so it's going to create a different look above that square. So we've done 4 back ones, and for here we're now going to switch to 4 front ones. And then revert back to the back one. So we're alternating this time. So for this row, to create that alternating texture, you've got to do the opposite of what you did on the row before. Once you get that in your head, it's so simple to do this stitch, and it's really a really lovely effective stitch. It's quite a dense stitch as well, so it's, if you're creating a blanket, it's really nice and warm. So then we're going to finish with front ones, and we're nearly at the end. And then once I've done my final 4, again, it's the top of that chain of 3 to finish that row. So we've now got another row of the same of this to do here, so that we create that weave effect. So we're going to chain 3, and this time we're going to follow the same pattern that we did for the previous. So we started here, this is a back row, a back loop, so we're going to go for back loops again because we want it to be the same. So you do 2 the same, and then you alternate, and then do the opposite for 2 rows. And that's how the stitch pattern works. I've put in the description a brief written pattern for how to make this, if you find that a little bit easier. Please do head down to the description, give it a read. Please also subscribe and leave me a thumbs up, or even better, a comment. I've got some more stitch lessons coming up, so if you like the way that I describe them and how I teach them, then please do subscribe and come back for some more stitch work. Plenty of other patterns on my channel as well. I'm getting caught up in my plant here. There we go. And with lots more ideas to come as well. So I'm coming to the end of this row now, which means I'm coming to the end of this tutorial because I've shown you all the different requirements needed to make the piece. So I'm just going to trim here. And obviously you will continue to grow this as much as you want, but hopefully you can see this basket weave pattern developing. So you repeat rows 2 and 3 and then rows 4 and 5, and then you just carry on repeating 2 and 3, then 4 and 5, 2 and 3, then 4 and 5 till it's as wide. Obviously you start with your multiples, but till it's as long as you would like it to be. Let me zoom out again. So it's a beautiful stitch with lots of texture within it and lots of density, and really versatile for lots of different sorts of projects. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Please do subscribe and come back again for some more crochet. Take care now.